Good evening. Welcome, everybody. My name's Laura Clark. I'm the director here at the Whatcom Humane Society, and on behalf of our board of directors, the staff at the Whatcom Humane Society, and our amazing volunteer teams, I'd like to thank you all for your time and welcome you to this year's virtual Gala Auction fundraiser and we hope party. Tonight we're coming to you live from beautiful Veritas Media in downtown Bellingham. I want to thank them for hosting us and hope they have as much fun as we do tonight. Big thanks to our event sponsors, the amazing people, businesses, and community members that have donated to tonight's silent and live auction. It's going to be a great night. I look forward to sharing it with you. But tonight we're also going to share it with our MC. You all know him from Cafe 104.1 Radio, where he and Mandy host the Dave and Mandy Show every weekday morning. My good buddy and longtime supporter to the Whatcom Humane Society and our animals. Dave Walker, welcome.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you for inviting me back.
You bet.
Obviously, we were hoping we'd be able to get together in person this year, as we've done for so many years, but once again, this is our reality, so here we are. We are unmasked. Everyone else in the studio is wearing masks. We've been wearing masks, but on camera, we're going to be face-to-face with you. We should probably mention the Elvis in the room. Come on, how cool is he? He is part of the auction. If you haven't found him yet, he is an auction item. Current bidding only $200. And I don't know how he looks on camera here. I saw the pictures. I know when you see him in person, he's amazing.
Dave, the guitar is real.
It is. Not in tune, but it's real. Now, a couple of ways, a couple of things to know when you're doing this auction. If you have two devices, that's really the best way to do this thing. Watch what we're doing here on one device. That could be your smart TV, your computer, your laptop, your tablet, your phone, and then have a second device where you can bid. If you don't have two devices, please stay here, watch what we're doing, because the live auction doesn't close until 9 o'clock tonight. We're going to go till a little after 7, but the live auction items continue till 9 tonight. The silent auction items go even longer than that. They don't close until Sunday at 5, so you've got some time to get your best bid in. Now, we're not going to feature every live auction tonight. We're not going to do each one live as we would if we were together, because there's just too many items. So go to the auction website, take a look around, bid on your favorite things. We will talk about some of the items tonight and let you get to know them a little better. If you have any questions at all, technical questions, something's not working right, we have volunteers here who are set up with a phone, and they're happy to talk you through anything you need. 360-389-8820 is the number. Feel free to call that at any time. They're hoping you call so they can help out. When we get together in person, we have a party.
It's a party. It's so much fun.
There's laughing, there's eating food, there's drinking, there's partying. And so we want to see your party pics. Here's the deal. You get to see us. We don't get to see you, and let's be honest, that's not fair. So we're asking you to send us a picture. We've set up an email address. It's whatcomhumane@gmail.com. If you send us your picture, we may feature it. We'll just hold it up here on the tablet and show everybody you're part of the party. But we would love to see how you're enjoying the night tonight.
And Dave, I have made an executive decision already.
Really?
Because I'm such an executive.
You are the executive.
Yeah, Chief Pooper Scooper. So if you send in fun party pictures and we feature them, I'm going to give you raffle prizes. I don't know what those are. I'm going to make them up, but we're going to give you some fun raffle prizes. So let's party together.
All right. The trend right now in these virtual auctions is everybody's doing a signature drink. So we thought, well, you know, we're trendy. Let's do that. And then we thought, how could we do that even better? We can have 2 signature drinks. So if this is a party, let's get started.
I would like to do that. And remember, if you are partying at home, be responsible.
Yes. Now we're going to show you how to mix the drinks that we're drinking tonight. You can do whatever you like, but if you want to join us, you're more than welcome.
Hey, Dave, could I have a coaster and a pint glass, please?
A coaster.
Follow along at home. Yes, follow along at home. I would now like a lemon, if possible.
We have a couple of lemons right there.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Take notes. This is getting pretty technical.
Okay.
I would now like, if you are so inclined, kind sir, to hand me a crowler of North Fork Brewery Hefeweizen, one of my favorite beers.
This is serious.
This is normally dinner, but, you know, we're classing it up tonight, so. Oh,
Nice. Okay.
That's good. Yeah,
Yep,
that's
yep.
good. Okay, so now you're going to take the crowler.
Okay.
You're going to pour it in the pint glass, or
Gotcha.
the not quite pint glass. That was a bad pour. I'm sorry. I'll do it a little better.
I think it's a schooner.
It's a schooner,
Yeah.
and I'm going to let it sit there and think about that for
Okay.
a little while. And that's my signature drink tonight.
Okay, very fancy.
Thank you.
Very fancy.
Thank
Now,
you.
mine is a little bit more involved. I'm also going to grab a coaster,
Okay.
and I've got this tumbler here. We have a nice ice bucket.
Very classy.
First ingredient is 1 piece of ice.
Just one?
Just the one.
Okay.
Now, feel free to go crazy. If you want to do 2, you're on it. But remember, that dilutes the drink. I have here the good stuff. This is Chuckanut Bay Distillery's slow-crafted bourbon. So I'm going to start with a little of that.
Careful there, don't hurt yourself.
It's a cork.
That's
the
good.
good
Good
stuff
sound.
right there. I'm going to pour a little in the glass, just by eye. And then I'm going to look at the size of Laura's crowler. And remember that it's Saturday night, and I'm going to pour in a little bit more. And that's all you have to do. These are really pretty easy to do at home.
Yep. Oh, here, Dave,
That's
I'm
what we're
going to
drinking.
hand that to you to put back there.
Betcha.
Okay. Again, encouraging you all to be responsible at home if you are partaking in an adult beverage. Dave, cheers to you.
It is officially a party.
It's a party. Cheers to all of you.
And thanks to North Fork Brewery and Chuckanut Bay Distillery for setting us up tonight. Okay, if we were here in person, we would start with the heads and tails
I
game.
have to interrupt you, and I apologize.
No, please.
I have to leave the set right now.
Really?
Because we have some guests that have arrived.
Okay.
And I need to go tend to them, but I will plan on seeing you in a little while.
Okay,
All
that's a
right.
deal. Well, let me explain what we're going to do. If we were here in person, if we were all together, we would play the heads and tails game. And the way that works is I flip a coin. Everyone who's playing would stand up and predict if it's heads or tails. You'd do this for heads and this for tails. It's a lot of fun. It's a good icebreaker, but obviously we can't see you, so that doesn't work. So many of you have already given us your predictions. You listed out the order that you think the coin will flip, heads or tails. And so we're just going to keep going until there's only one person left. And it's as easy as that. Winner gets $200 to spend tonight at the auction any way you want to. $200 credit for the auction tonight. We're also going to have a little bit of visual help on the heads and tails for some reason. I don't know whose idea this was. I'm pretty sure it was Laura's. Are we ready for me to come over there?
Sure.
All right, I'm heading your way. Sorry about that.
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
I'm going to blame the goats, but I don't think it was their fault.
We thought they would be the technical difficulties.
Right. But they aren't. You know, when you're doing a live broadcast, things happen.
That's right. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take this coin.
While you're explaining this, I want to introduce Trixie and Donna, Again, if you didn't hear, they were dropped off at the shelter in a minivan because their parents' kids went back to school. They had originally got them during COVID times, and then they became inconvenient, like so many animals that find themselves at the Whatcom Humane Society. As an open admission shelter, we never turn an animal away. Luckily, these two have found a home with Sarah, our vet assistant, and let's just say, a goat in a Wonder Woman costume and a party dress. Hello, what's not to love?
Shades of college. Right there.
There you go.
All right. They're eating each other, Ka.
I know.
So how are they participating in the heads or tails game?
They're gonna help. That's
Okay.
what they're gonna say right now. They're gonna help.
I have a 50-cent piece. It's a normal 50-cent piece with heads and tails. I'm going to flip it, and then they will help demonstrate what comes up.
Okay, I'm trying not to get peed on.
Aren't we all? Okay, so we're just going to keep going until we're down to one last person. And again, if you hadn't made your predictions, I'm sorry, but many people did.
Oh, it's tails.
All right,
Tails.
turn them around.
Come on, everybody. Okay, it's tails. It's tails. Tails.
There you go, tails.
Tails.
Yep. Okay, tails.
Tails. Good job. Good
Yay.
job. Good job.
All right, flip number 2.
Oh, it's heads. Look,
Hey,
we're
they're already
in
turning
position.
around.
Yay.
All right, let's go to number 3. By the way, if it falls on the floor, it is what it lands on.
It's goat food. Oh, darn. Tails.
Turn them
Come
around.
on, let's go. Yay. Let's work. Tails. It's tails.
What'd you do Saturday night? Well, we watched some people wrangle goats and play with a coin.
She's wearing a Wonder Woman costume.
Yes, she is. Here we go. Next one. Still no winner.
Tails.
Tails.
Use your imagination.
I can't see the tails.
Use your
All
imagination.
right, fine. Here we go. Next flip. More than one person still alive.
Tails. It's tails. Tails.
Yeah, we know how to have fun, that's for sure. All right. Tails. Wag, wag, wag. Okay, here we go. Next flip. Still no winner. What, you are good at this.
Heads.
Heads. Still no winner.
We're getting there.
All right,
We're
here we
getting
go.
there. Heads.
Heads again.
We have a winner.
Hey!
We have a tie.
A tie.
They're exact.
Oh, they're exact. Okay, well, so do they each get $100? Is that how that works?
We're checking out with Dana Brown, our events manager.
Who, by the way, we already decided we'll blame any problems on tonight.
Yes.
Yes, so, okay, so each of you get $100 to spend on this auction tonight any way you want to.
And the winners were Kim Rice and Jerry Prody.
Nice job.
Yay!
Thanks to everybody who played.
And thanks to Donna and Trixie and their mom Sarah for bringing them here and for not pooping or peeing on Dave and I during this segment.
Yet.
Yet.
Okay. Now, normally, I shouldn't say normally, it's only the second time we've done this auction virtually, but last year in our second space, we had Ben Mann doing a fabulous painting. Ben's not here tonight, but he's still doing a fabulous painting, and it's the same deal. When you bid on this painting, he will customize it for you. He'll put you in the painting, your pet, your family, whatever you want him to add to what he's creating, he'll put it in there.
The goat is eating my pants.
So the winning bidder gets this painting customized just the way they want it. Ben isn't here, but...
Ben is so Whatcom County, though. Is there anything more Whatcom County than Ben Mann? He's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what he's working on. The goats didn't poop on us. Now maybe the puppies can. Ben's painting, again, will be customized the way you want it. If you want to put yourself and your critter, your dog, your cat, whatever, that's what it's all about. But you got to be the winning bidder. And right now we're at about $1,200. So this is always a popular item.
I smell so bad. I just want to acknowledge to it for everybody watching. Dave, I apologize to you and the Veritas crew. The goats ate my pants and the puppies are giving me a bath.
Can I ask why you get all the puppies?
I'm happy to pass a puppy over to you, Dave.
I would love a puppy.
This is Guinness and Barley. They are 2 of 6 puppies currently available at the Whatcom Humane Society. And Dave, I know you have brindle dogs, so...
I do. I have 2 brindle dogs, both from the Whatcom Humane Society.
So you take the brindle and the heavier one.
This is Guinness?
Yes, sir.
You're a big boy. Yeah. Hi. Oh. Yeah. How you doing? You a good boy? Yeah. Oh. All right. Again, we're not going to run down every auction item for you tonight. But we are going to describe a few of them for you. And by the way, if you didn't recognize it, Ben's painting is of Whatcom Falls Park. So you brought up how Bellingham Ben Man is, and as soon as you see a painting, you think of Bellingham, but what's more Bellingham than Whatcom Falls Park, right?
And having you and your animals painted into a painting is incredible.
So cool. All right, one of the items you're going to find in your virtual program is a fire pit. It's a cast iron fire pit, and it comes with a bunch of stuff.
Does it? I know you're really excited about one of the things it comes with.
Well, here's the thing. It's a standard fire pit. You can use it year-round. But because it's Halloween time, we made it a little extra spooky. There are some magic flames. Those are packets that you throw in that make the flames all kinds of crazy colors.
Yep.
You also get 2 skulls. These are very heavy. These are fireproof imitation skulls. They're not real. No one died for.
They're a little creepy, and you could also use them for weightlifting.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well. Yeah, they're very heavy, and they go right into the fire to make it extra spooky. So it's a good conversation piece around this time of year. It also comes with a scary book. It's Gashly Crumb Tinies by Edward Gorey, which is a very gory, dark alphabet book. It starts with A is for Amy, who fell down the stairs. B is for Basil, assaulted by bears.
You are scaring the puppies.
It's a creepy book, but it's part of the
puppies.
But the fire pit is the main thing. That's really what you're bidding on. Other stuff's just extra. All right, can we talk about the Arizona trip?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's really awesome.
Yeah.
This is a vacation home in Gold Canyon, Arizona. It's on the 14th fairway of the Sidewinder Golf Course, so you're right on the course. The house has a sauna, a hot tub, a clubhouse, a swimming pool. No kids on this event because this is an adult community. But it's a fabulous place. There's a ton of stuff to do there. If you're a golfer, that's obvious. But here's what's really cool. The dates for this are anytime you choose between January and March. What would be going on in spring in Arizona, in the Phoenix area?
That's what I love about this item. I'm a baseball fan, love my baseball, and that's spring training time. So you could literally take advantage of this, go golfing during the day and go see minor league or go see spring training baseball at night. And I mean, it's incredible.
Pretty cool. There's also a ton of other stuff to do in that area. There's a hieroglyphic canyon trail with old rock carvings. There are lots of things to do. You can rent an all-terrain vehicle. There's even a hot air balloon place there. So this is set up for a great vacation. And your airfare is included.
Ooh.
It's airfare for 2 on Alaska Airlines. You also get $100 in a gift card to spend at the golf resort. And please remember to bring your Bermuda shorts, because the average high temperature in March is 77 degrees, and that's going to feel really good.
And if you're thinking you're on the fence about bidding on that, well, just remember, it's for the animals.
Yes, it is.
That's what we're here for tonight.
Yep, that's the whole point. Hi, buddy. Hi. That is what we're here for, and one of the things that happens in the live auction when we all get together, and this is always the thing that warms my heart more than anything. We can't do it the same way we do in the live auction, but we're still doing it. It's what we call Dollars for Care. And this is just where you support Whatcom Humane Society because you believe in it.
You know, it has been a challenging year, I'm not going to lie. It's the animals keep rolling through the doors of our domestic animal shelter, our wildlife center, and our farm facility. Our staff have to be ready to respond to these animals. And if you think it's all about puppies and kittens, it's not. Our staff works so hard, and they are there from dawn until dusk, 365 days a year. And it's because of the generous support of people like you, the folks out there that are watching this tonight, that can give so generously from their heart, that we're able to help every single animal that comes through our doors. We never turn an animal away. I thought we wanted to take this opportunity to show you a short video about a day in the life of the staff at the Whatcom Humane Society. Enjoy.
I think people do tend to think of the puppies and the kitties first when they think of Whatcom Humane Society, but you guys do so much more than that. And I like to think that working there means I get to play with critters all day, like the puppies we were just holding.
Sure.
But there's so much of it, and so much of it is dirty work.
You know, it's so rewarding though. I often tell people I think I have the best job in the whole wide world, and I get to work with the most incredible staff and the most dedicated volunteers, and working together, coming together as a community, we are able to help so many animals. And it doesn't matter if it's a big hamsters or horses and everything in between, I like to say. But what I can say is, like I said earlier, it's been a challenging year. Our costs keep rising, the animals keep coming, and it just seems like our resources have been stretched to the limit for months and months and months with no end in sight, which is why tonight is so important and so special, because you know every single dollar raised tonight, big or small, is going to stay right here locally, helping the Whatcom Humane Society and the animals in our community, whether it's at our domestic animal shelter, our wildlife rehabilitation center, which has seen a record number of animals this year, or our farm facility, which is full of senior horses, sheep, cows, and who knows what else is going to roll through the doors. So on behalf of everybody, again, thank you so much for your support. I look forward to seeing you through the rest of the evening.
And again, one of the things that I really miss about being live is how inspirational this part of the evening is, when people just give because they care. So thank you for being one of those people.
Yeah.
We have we have a lot of photos. I got some catching up to do.
I'm so excited, and thank you all for sending them in.
Okay, this one came first. It's from Jennifer Brighton. It was the first one we received, so I'm going to display it first. Jennifer's not in it, but her family is. Can we see that?
Okay,
That's
well,
her
I think
photo at
because
home.
Jennifer sent photos of her dogs in. Is that dog? Are there any kitties? Dog? Oh my gosh, they look like they're having a party.
These are two dogs.
I think a gift certificate to Pet Stop and See Home Village is on the way to you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy.
She really is just making that up as we go.
I am. I'm making it up, but it's so much fun. So hopefully somebody's writing this down so I can remember to honor these.
Okay, we really have a lot, and so thank you. We'd love to see yours too, whether it gets on screen or not. We just like seeing your party, so send those to whatcomhumane@gmail.com.
Dave, while you peruse those to look for another one, I see on our whiteboard, we have an old-fashioned whiteboard that Dana Brown, our events manager, keeps writing on. The anonymous donor that has made a very generous $5,000 gift tonight, thank you so much. They have put a challenge out. They will match that donation up to another $5,000 for the next 5 people that make $1,000 donations in honor or memory of their pet.
Wow.
And how cool is that?
Yeah, that's very cool.
That makes me want to cry. It's so sweet.
Let me just remind you that if you're having any technical issues or you have questions, anything at all where you would like to get a hold of us, we have a phone number set up. We have volunteers ready to take your calls. We're staff members. It's 360-389-8820. Any question at all, don't hesitate to call 360-389-8820.
I have goat slobber on my pants.
Yeah.
I have puppy slobber all over me, and I think it's just awesome. I'm seeing that our gala mascot is already up to over $1,100, and that is awesome. But I'm wondering where our friend Elvis is here tonight. I'm thinking, you know, he has to leave the building tonight, folks. He has to.
He was at 200 earlier, so people are bidding. There are other things available that we should run down. Well, let's just quickly mention some of them. Seahawks tickets. I know this isn't the best start to the season, but the true fans are still the true fan. I was a Seahawks fan when Stan Gelbaugh was the quarterback, so I can put up with this.
Okay, even if you're just sort of a armchair Seahawk fan, this is a good package because it's club seats next weekend. You can spend Halloween with the Hawks, and you get a swanky hotel stay.
Okay, this is nice. They're playing the Jaguars, first of all, if you're curious. You're going to stay at the Silver Cloud Hotel. Not just swanky, it's literally across the street from the stadium. So you don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to worry about parking. The hotel has parking. This is for 2 people. You get the hotel and the game. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Go Hawks.
One of the other items I want to talk about, Dave, is the Lake Chelan getaway, because I have been lucky enough to partake at that condo. I've stayed there thanks to the generosity of the donors, and it's in Manson, which is a little tiny town outside of Lake Chelan. It's super cool. It's a great condo, and because, you know, I'm a beer girl, has a great dive bar right down the road. So
who doesn't love a good dive bar?
Exactly.
These are all items that you're going to find on the auction page. The cornhole game is back this year. This is handmade. And it comes with a party wagon that's filled with booze and snacks and all kinds of goodies.
Gotta love it.
So, come on. Did we mention Elvis has to leave the building?
He has to leave this building, and he can't come back to the shelter because he was creeping the dogs out. So you have to win him.
All right, one of the most popular items every year is the Masquerade Gala mascot. This is bragging rights for your pet. You may have seen Keelan.
Keelan, the Springer Spaniel, his mom Jerry won the heads and tails game.
This pet is featured on all the gala invites, the posters, the website, social media. If we're in person, it's all over everything. If we're online, it's all over the website. And do we have an amount for that so far?
$1,150 so far.
Always a popular item, so thanks for bidding.
Absolutely.
Let's keep it going. Okay, we have spent way too much time without getting to this.
I know this is your favorite item tonight.
The Dirtfish Rally driving experience. Have you seen this? Check this out. This is for 2 people. This auction item puts you behind the wheel of a high-performance rally car. This is a driving school, but it's not like, you know, defensive driving and come to a complete stop. This is driving all out on a dirt track in a high-performance vehicle. No way for us to do it justice by describing it. Check this out.
Take your driving to the next level at Dirtfish. Gain confidence behind the wheel of an all-wheel drive Subaru STI or rear-wheel drive BRZ. Get sideways with skills on gravel, mud, and tarmac. Dirtfish offers programs for every driver. Visit dirtfish.com for details.
Come on, how cool is that? Now here's the deal, this is for 2 people, but you're not going to see each other much during the day because you're going to start in a class where you learn how to drive these high-performance vehicles, and then each of you are going to go to your own car with your own instructor, and you're each going to get to drive 3 different dirt tracks, all out. You're going to learn the basics of how to handle the cars, and then you're going to use that knowledge as you drive these 3 tracks as fast as you can. Then, when you're done, you're going to switch places with your instructor, and hang on, because then you're going to find out what the car can really do as your instructor takes you out at top speed.
We learned about this this company down in Snohomish, I believe, from one of our volunteers. She and her husband did this whole experience, and they are still talking about it.
I bet.
It is pretty cool.
It looks amazing. And this is a half day, which is one of their bigger packages.
Yeah,
so,
very cool indeed.
Yeah. So bid on that. Christmas is coming, my dear, if you're watching.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Let's talk about the Wildlife Center.
Okay.
As we've said before, people tend to think of puppies and kitties, but you guys have taken on a lot. If it has to do with animals in Whatcom County, it's under the purview of the Whatcom Humane Society.
Indeed. We are pretty excited that this past year we finally realized our long-term and badly needed goal of moving into a new wildlife center location.
Congratulations, because your old place was...
it was bad.
It was a fixer-upper.
It was bad. And Dave, thank you. I know you were on a volunteer work party out at the new place. It's really a game changer, not only for the organization, but way more importantly for the injured and orphaned wildlife in Whatcom County. And it's 60 acres. It's an amazing facility, tons of outbuildings, and we're still working hard on it. But one of the mainstays of the new wildlife center right now is our waterfowl enclosure. And what I love about it, and I love so many things about it, mainly that we can take care of waterfowl in need now, but the fact that this property was, this little area was a garbage dump, basically, that our volunteers came in and transformed into the most beautiful enclosure to help waterfowl. And I love it so much, and it's such an incredible transformation. I really wanted to create a video and show it to everybody here tonight. So take a look. I think you're going to be as amazed as we all were when we saw it when it was finally finished. Check it out.
what a great thing. The Wildlife Center is still a work in progress because it's still fairly new, but with the help of volunteers and your staff, it's come together.
It just makes my heart to soar when I go out there and realize what they were being forced to operate in and what we have now. And I just am so excited what the future's going to bring.
Yeah. Alicia Evans is the manager of the Whatcom Humane Society Wildlife Center. She's also a licensed wildlife rehabilitator, and she's here in the studio with us. Hi, Alicia. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So, Alicia, you guys are so busy all the time. It's 24/7 at the Wildlife Center. Give the folks out there who may not understand exactly why the Wildlife Center operates, what you do, what do you do at the Wildlife Center for Whatcom County?
That's a great question and a loaded question. My goodness, what do we do? So there's just so much that goes into wildlife rehabilitation. It's really just taken off in, the last couple of years as a profession, and there's so much that goes into it: schooling, knowledge, internships, things like that. But the basis of it, why we are here, is for the animals. So we take in all species of wildlife in Washington State, sometimes others slip in there, like some alligators that aren't quite in Washington State, but they needed a place to go temporarily, and we had the facilities and permits to take them. So you really never know what's going to come through that door, and you got to be prepared for everything. So what we do is we take in injured, orphaned, abandoned wild animals that need a place to go so that they can recuperate and then be released into the wild. This is something that sounds kind of Snow White on paper. We're cuddling fawns, we've got the birds landing on us, but it's really not. The animals do not want to interact with us. They're scared of us. They don't want to be around us because they're wild, which is our goal. We get excited when we get growled at. We get excited when the owl wants to take its talon and use it. We really rejoice that these animals are feeling stronger. They come in so debilitated. They're not able to stand sometimes, not able to eat. It's just one thing after another, and being able to take them in with the team of staff, volunteers and interns, make them well enough again to return to the wild and not only survive in the wild, but thrive in the wild. That is what we do.
I know the facility that you moved out of was really challenging. Now you're in a brand new facility, which is still a work in progress, and it's coming along well, but how's it working out so far?
Oh my goodness, it is such a blessing. I cannot say how this dream has been able to come true, that we have this new facility. Our old facility definitely was getting rough around the edges, and since it wasn't our own, it was difficult to do some needed repairs and things like that. So we're really, really thankful that all of this came together, and just everybody's vision for the last couple of years is now here. We've got a brand new center. It's still definitely a work in progress. We're in our slow season now, thank goodness. So all of our babies from the summer have been released, and now we're getting in our very critical injured, usually adult animals at this time that need intensive critical care. So that's given us a good time to kind of look at our protocols and look at the facilities and see what can we actually do? Where are we going to put our anesthetic machine? How is all of this going to work to benefit our future patients from here on out and make it a really well-functioning center? So I'm pretty excited of the change and definitely moving forward to make this the best center it can be.
So, Alicia, one of the reasons we were really pushing to get that waterfowl enclosure done before you moved in was because we knew that swan season was going to come sooner rather than later. And it really is a season here in Whatcom County that the swans roll in. And luckily for us and for all of the waterfowl here in Whatcom County, we have you and your staff specially trained and some specialized equipment on site that can take care of these animals. But for people that are thinking swan season, what is that? Tell us about what that means to you and your team.
So swan season, it is here. We can say that what's happening is the swans are migrating from up north, Alaska, northern British Columbia, all the way down to specifically Washington State and our area, Whatcom, Skagit, Snohomish counties. This is where they're calling home for the next couple of months. And what happens is they go through this long migration. It's usually families, babies, mothers, fathers, things like that, a whole network. And sometimes when they arrive, they've definitely gone through migration exhaustion. So that just means they've been flying, they haven't been eating as much, they've been using their resources to get here because they're a big bird and sometimes they need a little extra help. So we start to see those guys roll in the door first, and they're often emaciated and dehydrated and need special medical care. And then the other thing that we see, which is where our hearts kind of break a little bit, is lead poisoning. Unfortunately, lead is something that's a reality in our environment, even though in waterfowl hunting it has been banned for about 28, 30 years now. But what happens is after lead shot goes out, it kind of sinks into the soils of fields, lakes, swamps, and that's where the swans are going. They want to land on those lakes, they want to eat in that sheetgrass of the fields, and naturally they have to ingest rocks. That's part of their digestion, is they're eating little gravel bits and sand, and that's helping break down their food. And so they have these little lead pellets in there, and they accidentally ingest those, and then it causes a lead toxicity and essentially a poisoning, and that's not something that they'll ever come out of by themselves if they're left in the wild. It's actually a pretty traumatic thing to watch, and so we are so lucky and so fortunate that we get to have this amazing facility and these resources and work with the Department of Fish and Wildlife, as they have a swan hotline and a biologist who helps us with all these birds and get them into the center so that we can run blood work, start treatments. It is very labor intensive. These animals are big. Their wingspans can be up to 6 feet, and they definitely don't like us. They're not your typical swans in a movie. They want us far, far away from them. So they're pretty much a two-person job, and something that takes us a lot of effort to be able to get back out into the wild. And it is a hard time because the mortality rate is high, as they often come in beyond repair. But we feel so fortunate when we're able to get those cases where the blood work works, everything is looking good, and we're able to put the time and energy and months of medications, tube feedings, things like that into them, and see them be able to be released into the wild.
I have a follow-up question on that real quick. So how many swans in a typical season come through the Whatcom Humane Society Wildlife Rehab Center?
Oh, from now until February, I'd say about 200 to 250.
Wow.
It's a lot of swans. We have our first one already, and she's definitely getting better each day, so we're very excited about that progress.
Amazing.
Alicia, Whatcom Humane Society has some very dedicated supporters who are excited about this wildlife center, but it's not open to the public. People can't just come tour it. Is that right, and why?
Yes, that's a good question. And yes, you are correct. We are not open to the public. We function like a hospital in essence, and these are our patients. These animals are wild. They do not want to be around us. Every time that we have to do a treatment or an exam, something like that, that stresses them out. And stress is such a big detriment to wild animals, really to anything, but especially wildlife, to be able to get them back out into the wild. So our permits, we're permitted by the Department of Fish and Wildlife, everything like that, standards, what we know about stress, what we know about good practices, says that we cannot be open to the public to do these tours because these animals simply just cannot handle that extra stress. They're trying to recuperate. They've gone from sometimes flying high up in the wild to now having to be in a little enclosure while they recuperate. And so we try to keep their stress levels down as much as possible. So while we love educating the public and engaging with the public, it's not something that we could do without a zoo permit or having ambassador animals, which that's just not what the wildlife that come into our facility need. They need to go back out into the wild, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that that happens.
Well, Alicia, thank you for being here. Whatcom County is really lucky to have you. The wildlife of Whatcom County is really lucky to have you. And congratulations on the new wildlife center. It's really cool.
Thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without everybody's support, and a huge shout out to the volunteers for making this possible.
Well, you can't just go tour, but if you'd like to check out the new wildlife center, there is an option, and it's right there on your auction page.
Picnic with the possums. Let's hear it for the possums, nature's little pest control, wonderful little marsupials. So you and up to 4 people, no little kids please, can meet with Alicia and her team and take a behind-the-scenes tour of the new wildlife center, see the enclosures, see the property, maybe meet some animals, but probably not. You might see them from afar, need to keep wildlife wild. But then after you take a look around, you get to enjoy a picnic in the pasture. It's 60 acres. It's so beautiful. It's so peaceful. And you get to hang out and really see what most people are never going to get to see.
That's awesome. And by the way, we have 2 of those to sell. So it's 2 groups of 4. So even if you come in second place, you're in.
Absolutely. So, Dave, I know you've volunteered at the Wildlife Center. Alicia was just talking about the volunteers at the Humane Society. We have volunteers here tonight. And I just have to say, as a nonprofit, as an animal shelter, as a community organization, volunteerism in Whatcom County is amazing. And did you know that today is National Make a Difference Day?
I did not.
There you go.
Well, there you go. Plenty of people doing that.
There are no people There's just nobody in Whatcom County that's making a difference more than the volunteers at the Whatcom Humane Society. And I get a little emotional because these people are so incredible. They support the staff, they support the animals, they support our mission, and simply put, we couldn't do what we do without them. And I just want to take a second to recognize them, and I want to show you all how incredible these humane heroes are. Check it out.
Hi. We have kitties. These are tiny, tiny
I'm
kitties.
sorry, I'm not paying any attention because I'm playing with the kittens.
How old are these kitties?
They're only about 5-6 weeks old. They're currently in one of our staff members' foster home, and they have epic names. I believe you have Cheesy Gordita Crunch, and I have Crunch Wrap Supreme, which just goes to say that the staff at the Whatcom Humane Society have a bit of a junk food addiction at the Taco Bell.
All right, well,
So while you play with your kitten, Dave,
Yeah.
I'm going to send them both to you.
okay.
And
I get both
because that one
kitties.
wants to come over, and it
4
might be
weeks
pooping
old.
soon. I want to thank some of the amazing donations that have come in. So we have met our anonymous $5,000 Dollars for Care match. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got a donation in honor of Kona Coyote the Wonder Pup, a donation in honor of Dodge, a WHS adoptee. The folks at Parker Remick made a $5,000 donation.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you. The folks at the Barclay Company made a $10,000 donation. I'm a little bit in awe of that.
Yeah, no kidding. That's
Thea
awesome.
Mancha, longtime friend to the shelter, made another $10,000 donation.
Wow.
I don't know what to say except thank you all so much. Every single dollar raised tonight helps animals like these. And the more we raise, the more animals we can help. So thank you all so, so much. It looks just like we're going to have a great night.
Awesome. Well, and it makes a huge difference. And there are a lot of ways you can make a difference. One of them is by donating tonight or bidding up an item or whatever it is that you can do to support it. The other way, of course, and we've talked a bit about this, including the video that you just saw, is volunteering.
Yeah.
And some people put in a whole lot of time and effort volunteering for the Humane Society. You just talked about Santina Lampman.
Yep.
Santina and Carl Lampman have one of our auction items. It's the cattery. Have you seen this? One of the things that makes owning a cat difficult is they want to go outside.
Yeah.
Cats like to be outside, but outside is dangerous. If you live on a busy street, obviously that's dangerous. If you live out in the woods, there's all kinds of wildlife that are dangerous. The solution is a cattery, and you'll find a cattery in your auction items tonight, and that will be built and designed by Santina and Carl. They will help you figure out what kind of cattery you need. They'll build it for you. How cool is that?
I have a cattery. So I live out in the woods. First thing we did, my husband and I, when we moved into our house, was he built a cattery off of the side of our house. And it's an area where your cat can go enjoy the great outdoors, but be safe, and also the wildlife can be safe, because Alicia was just here talking about injured and orphaned wildlife. Well, a large number of the wildlife that arrive at our wildlife rehab center are victims of cats. They've been caught by cats, they've been injured by cats, and so it's a win-win. Your cat can be safe, the wildlife can be safe, you don't have to worry about anything. I mean, you take these little bitty kittens home, they don't want to go outside, they want to be in a cattery. Isn't that right? Exactly.
These are too young to take home.
So I
They're so
have
little.
seen Carl and Santina's, the Lampman's cattery, and it's cool. So if they're going to help you design and then build something for you, it's going to be pretty incredible.
Awesome. That's a great auction item, and it's available now. Okay, while we have cats, let's talk about one of our cool cat lover items.
Yes, and also made by Santina, who's also going to help you build your cattery, because Humane Society volunteers are the best volunteers in the world.
Santina, you're awesome.
I'm going to leave this cat here. You're in charge.
Okay, all right.
And I'm going to get the quilt, because I want to
Okay.
show people the quilt.
Yes.
So lean over here. It is so cool.
This is the perfect quilt for the cat lover in your life.
It's handmade. I don't know. Can you take a? Can I?
Sure,
stand
I
up
can
a
handle
little
two
bit?
kittens in a quilt. Kidding me?
It's pretty cool. Don't drop your kittens.
I got them.
Okay.
I got them.
It is pretty cool. The detail in this is incredible. And it has a description of what it is somewhere. Dave, do you have? Oh, I have it.
Yep.
I'll let you read it.
Okay, it says, from spicy to mild, save all the kitties, handmade by Santina Lampman, Whatcom Humane Society Gala, October 2021. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support.
And see, it's got stars on this side and a whole bunch of kitties on the other side. Handmade and gorgeous, and got some heft to it.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So
So
I'm gonna
that is
take
one
it.
of the items you can bid on
Okay.
tonight.
Okay. Oh, my
you kitty
goodness.
lovers.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I didn't fold that up very nicely. I apologize.
All
So,
right.
Dave, let's check in on some photos. What do you
Okay.
got going on?
Well, I have this one. Again, there's a ton of them. I'm a little overwhelmed while we're doing this, but Kevin Williamson sent a pretty interesting one that I just happened to click on.
I'm going to take your kitten.
This is how they're partying tonight. Remember, this is billed as a Masquerade Gala, and they've done it up. Or they have pet gorillas. I'm not sure which.
In which case, animal control is going to pay them a visit later on tonight.
Oh, yeah. All right, their costumes, I'm sure.
But I'm pretty sure they get a raffle item. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they would like a gift certificate to the Rome grocery store, because I know they have property out that way, and the Rome grocery store is a wonderful local business, has a great restaurant, a great little deli, has a good beer selection. I would know, and so that's coming their way.
I truly love how you're just making up
I'm
these items
making it up, and I hope
as we go.
somebody's writing it down, please.
All right, speaking of volunteers, one of the other auction items available for you is, it's called Santa's Little Helpers, and this is pretty amazing. Who likes putting up holiday lights?
Nobody.
I didn't see any hands go up. They're going to put up your holiday lights for you. How cool is that?
That's because Whatcom Humane Society volunteers are the best people in the entire world, and we have 4 of them who have volunteered to get together, come to your house, and spend a few hours putting up your outdoor holiday decorations, and that is cool.
All of your neighbors will be like, wow, they worked hard. Nah. Okay, one of the items I loved last year, we don't have them with us this year, but they are beautiful. They're wine barrel planters. It's about, I would guess, 2/3 of a wine barrel.
They're big. They're like the ones you see at the stores that are overpriced,
Yeah, you pay a lot for these.
and they're not cool.
Yeah.
These are cool.
Yeah, they're
and
awesome.
they were made by Mike Yankapal, who is the dad of Danny, our operations manager at the shelter. And they are, you would spend a fortune on these somewhere. And he donated them to us for the 2nd year in a row.
Well, and they're hefty. You can use them inside or outside. They'd be beautiful inside if you have the room, but they're hardy enough to be outside as well. So that's one to definitely check out. Also for you wine lovers, I know we're doing beer and whiskey here tonight, but we do have a wine tasting party. That's one of your auction items. That's a party for 10 at Sampson Winery in Everson.
I love that because, you know, the holidays are coming up and your family might want to all come over, but instead send them out to the winery. They can have a day of wine tasting, and you seem like a really hip hero for doing that.
Right. Also check out the electric mandolin. That's really cool. Comes with a case, an amp, a strap, and picks, everything you need. Whether you want to learn the thing or you already know it, it looks really awesome.
Did Elvis play the mandolin?
I don't think so, but he could if you bought both.
He could.
My dog and cat's best years ever. Also a couple of great items and perennial favorites here. Check those out. Full of great stuff for your dog and your cat.
It's past this kitten's bedtime.
Oh, you mine too.
So cute.
Okay, there's also the Skagit experience. That's definitely one to look out for. This is perfect for nature lovers. This is well, first of all, you get a cabin.
It's a glamping experience.
Right.
And if you're going to camp, why camp when you can glamp?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, this is a really nice cabin. You're also going to take a Diablo Lake boat tour. And by the way, this was listed by one of the Washington tourism websites, I forget which one, as a Washington must-do.
Okay,
So
I'm going to
that's
stop
awesome.
you while you're talking because the kitten is pooping.
Oh, okay.
The kitten is pooping, and so I'm going to hand the kitten back to somebody
Okay.
so we don't have to sit and finish the night with the kitten poop. Because the goats have already eaten my pants. So I'm going to stand up real quick. Bye, kittens. I love you. I love you both. They're both going to be available
All right.
for adoption soon. I'll be right back, Dave.
You bet. 60 acres of beautiful land. You're glamping in Mount Vernon. This is a pretty cool item. Definitely one you want to check out.
So much fun.
All right. Oh, it also comes with a bunch of other stuff. There's an REI gift card. There's a gift card to the Trainwreck bar. There's a fun flask. You decide what to put in it. And not only do you get binoculars, they're Nikon binoculars. These are really, really nice glass binoculars.
Very cool. So Dave, before we leave everybody tonight, I want to just see, I want to check in with Dana, who is our events manager. And first of all, I want to thank Dana. I want to thank Carly. I want to thank Andrea. I want to thank Anna. I want to thank everybody at the Whatcom Humane Society who helped put this event together, our gala committee, all of our guests, our sponsors, the Veritas crew, the folks that are in the other room who don't really even get to enjoy the night, but they're wrangling goats and dogs and cats. But I want to check in with Dana, and I want to see where some of the bidding is tonight, because the auction's open until 9. So Dana just put up a new item on the board here. It looks like Dollars for Care so far, folks, has raised over $6,000 directly to help the animals in our shelters. Thank you so much. Check that out, Dave. Here's where we are here with some of these items. Oh, there's a correction.
Wow.
Oh, not 6,000. Oh, no, that's a total. Dana, I'm sorry, I can't see what you're saying here. Is that, we're adding a zero to that?
That's just for Dollars for Care?
Oh,
Wow.
I'm sorry, not $6,000, Dave.
That says $60,000.
Whoa,
Thank you.
wow, thank
That's
you.
awesome. It really, I'm not just schmoozing when I say it. It's really the most heartwarming thing about this auction is how many people just give because you care.
You know, and I have to say, and again, I get a little emotional when I think about this, but this year's been really hard. This is going to help us a lot, so thank you.
By the way, Elvis, still only $500. Come on.
Looks like the picnic with the possums is a little over $1,000. Trip to Arizona is at $1,800. Still a bargain because you got to remember airfare is thrown in on
That's
that
right.
too.
Yeah, that's a great trip.
Ben Man, $1,200 so far. You get your animals painted into a Ben Man painting.
Pretty cool.
That's so cool.
So a reminder, all of our live auction items continue after we're gone, which is pretty quick here. That goes till 9 o'clock tonight, so keep bidding. The silent auction items close Sunday at 5 p.m., so you got some time on those. So concentrate on the live auction items tonight, and then after 9, you can take a look at those silent auction items.
On behalf of everybody again at the Whatcom Humane Society, thank you to everybody who has participated tonight, who has supported this event and the Whatcom Humane Society. It means everything to us. Dave, I want to thank you so much for being here. I want to remind folks to tune in every weekday morning, Cafe 104.1 Radio. You and your co-host Mandy have a great show.
Thank you. Every morning. Did you hear that?
Every single morning. There's no other options, especially Wednesday mornings, though, because that's when our Cafe Critter segment airs.
Yes. My favorite feature of the week.
Absolutely. Thank you. And again, I want to thank everybody out there. Dave, cheers to you.
And to you, Laura.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you do and your organization.
Thank you. Cheers. Good night.